You imagined it. The job offer, the exam grade, the moment you finally hit send. Imagining success feels good, and you have been told it helps. Researchers measured what happens in your body when you do it. They strapped blood pressure cuffs to people and had them fantasize about a future they wanted. The numbers fell. Your body relaxes as though it were done. Imagining success drains the energy you need to get it. The advice you have heard is simple. Picture the outcome, feel the feeling, and the feeling will carry you to the work. It is not. Gabrielle Eddingen and Doris Mayer at New York University tracked this across 4 very different situations. Graduates hunting for jobs, students with a crush, people studying for exams, and hip replacement patients in hospital. In every group, the people who imagined success most vividly did less, not more. The graduates sent fewer applications. The students studied fewer hours. The patients were rated by their own physiotherapists as recovering worse. The picture did not fuel the work. It replaced some of it. Here is what makes that finding strange. The same researchers measured 2 kinds of thinking about the future in the same people. One was expectation, based on your track record. Do you think this is likely? The other was fantasy, the pleasant picture of already having it, no probability attached. Expectation predicted more effort and more success. Fantasy predicted the opposite, in the same person at the same time. The optimism that helps and the optimism that hurts sat side by side. That rules out the easy explanation. That optimists simply do better. Both feel like optimism from the inside. Only one of them is. Heather Berry Kappas, working with the same group, ran a series of experiments to find the mechanism. They assigned people to fantasize about a desired future, then measured their energy. They used a blood pressure cuff. People who fantasized positively came out with lower systolic blood pressure than people who questioned the future, people who fantasized negatively, and people who thought about it neutrally. The body powered down. Picturing the finish line made it behave as though it had crossed one. The chain from blood pressure falling in a lab to you never sending the application is plausible and partly evidenced, not closed. But the direction is clear. The daydream pays you the feeling of arrival before you have moved. The daydream is not a lie. It is an early withdrawal from an account you have not deposited into yet. The fix is not to stop imagining. It is to add the second half, the part everyone skips, and it takes about 30 seconds. Gabrielle Eddingen and Peter Gallwitzer at NYU built a procedure around it. Wish, outcome, obstacle, plan. You write your wish in a few words. You picture the best outcome of getting it. This is the daydream, and it is allowed. Then you stop and ask what, inside you, stand in the way. Then you write a single sentence. If that obstacle happens, I will do this instead. That sequence has been tested in trials. The obstacle step is the hinge. Start with the wish. Write it short, pass the exam, get the interview, finish the draft. Then take 15 seconds to picture the single best outcome. What would it feel like the moment it works? This is the part you were already doing on your own, and the research says it is fine to do it. The problem was never the picture. The problem was stopping there. When you stop at the picture, the body reads it as done. The energy you needed to chase it is spent on enjoying it. So you stay in a chair, and the inbox stays empty. Now the step that changes everything. Ask what inside you stands in the way. Not the economy, not your boss, not the lack of time. Something about you. You check your phone the moment the work gets hard. You rewrite the first paragraph instead of writing the second. You cancel when you're tired. Picture that obstacle as vividly as you imagine the outcome. The same 15 seconds, the same clarity. This is the hinge. Without it, you have a daydream. The vivid obstacle is what tells the body the finish line has not been crossed. The energy comes back because the job is not done. Write a single sentence in exactly this shape. If that obstacle happens, I will do this instead. If I pick up my phone when the paragraph gets difficult, I will put it in the other room before I start. If I start rewriting the opening, I will skip to the next section and come back. The sentence is small and specific, not a manifesto. It links the obstacle you just imagined to a single action you can take the moment it appears. This is the plan step, and it only works after the obstacle step, because an if-then plan without a vivid obstacle is just another wish, written in a different shape. The daydream gave you the direction. The obstacle gave you the energy back. That is the whole trade, and nobody teaches the second half. How well does this work? The procedure has been tested on nearly 16,000 people. Most of that research comes from one group, which is worth knowing. The effect is small to medium, real, repeatable, and not a transformation. When the researchers corrected for unpublished studies, the effect shrank but did not disappear. It worked better when someone walked people through it in person than when they were handed a document. You are being handed a document, so write it down and do it slowly. Wish, outcome, obstacle plan, 30 seconds, and the last two are the ones nobody told you about. So should you think negatively? No. The measure that predicted success in each of those groups was positive, expecting that the goal is likely based on what you have actually done before. That is not pessimism. It is optimism grounded in evidence. And it predicted more effort in the same people whose fantasies predicted less. What failed was not positive thinking. It was enjoying the picture of the outcome without attaching any probability to it. Both feel like optimism from inside. Only one of them gets you off the chair. But athletes visualize all the time. They do, and what they do is different. An athlete rehearsing a movement pictures the sequence of actions, the stance, the grip, the difficult transition, in order, including the parts that go wrong. That is closer to the obstacle step than to the daydream. Picturing the medal ceremony is the daydream. Rehearsing the race is the plan. This video is about the ceremony, not the race. If you're rehearsing a specific sequence of actions, you're already doing the right thing. If you're enjoying the trophy, you're spending the energy you need to earn it. Here is the whole thing. Imagining success drains the energy you need to get it. Your body relaxes as though the work were done, and measurably. The fix is not to stop imagining. It is to add the obstacle. Wish, outcome, obstacle plan. Picture what you want, then picture what in you gets in the way, then write an if-then sentence. A small effect, tested on thousands of people. If this helped, subscribe. And the next time you catch yourself picturing the finish line, add the obstacle that is still standing between you and it.